Right now, I'm going to hand over to one of our co-founders. Her name is Olajumoke. We call her MJ. That's Madam Jumoke. Please help welcome her to the grand stage.
Good morning, good
Thank
afternoon, good
you.
evening, everyone. From wherever you're joining from, I am super glad to be here. And I guess you all also are glad to be here. I want to say it is with immense joy and deep gratitude that myself and Foyin and the rest of the leadership team, is welcoming you to all of this, to this special occasion. And why did I say it's a special occasion? Because it's a double celebration that is marking 5 incredible years of impact and community. Yes, our joining in building and empowering women in tech. And of course, we're going to be having our graduation ceremony for our Tech Deep Dive cohort 6 graduates today. And then I just want to say a very big thank you to all of you that are on this call, starting from our tech mentors to our supporters, and even to the graduates, and even to our special keynote speaker. 5 years ago, we planted a seed. It was a bold vision to empower more women to thrive in technology, to bridge the technology gaps, to create access, and also to build a community where learning never stops and then confidence is also cultivated. Today, as I look around and I'm seeing everyone in the room today, even though it is virtual, but filled with not only women in tech, but trailblazing IT professionals from our male counterparts and, and dedicated mentors and visionary leaders. I want to believe we're witnessing that fruits of that dream that we had just 5 years ago. Now, I just want to stop a little bit and talk about what the Tech Deep Dive program is all about. It was born out of the belief that with the right tools, the right support, and the right mindset, women can lead innovation, can drive digital transformation, and break every ceiling in technology. And with the cohort 6, you all are a living proof of that. So I want to say a very big thank you to our incredible cohort 6 graduates. You have shown what it means to commit, to grow, and to push beyond limits. Through your late nights, the tight deadlines, intense sessions, and hands-on lab, you didn't just learn, you transformed. You have pushed through challenges, you've explored new frontiers and emerged more confident and capable than ever. You have not only deepened your technical expertise, but also become ambassadors of what is possible when women are given the platform to rise. This program it was never just about technical learning. It was about transformation. And you have just done just that. And so I just want to say a big thank you again to our tech mentors. You have not only guided these women through deep technical content across disciplines like cloud computing with Azure, Power Platform, Power BI, Copilot Studio, the Microsoft Security Track, the M365 Copilot, and AI. You have not just done that alone, but more importantly, you have also cemented technical knowledge and also help them to build confidence. And I will not stop by, I wouldn't want to stop without saying a very big thank you to our soft skill mentor in the person of our Vice President, Ellie. Your contribution has been the glue that strengthens the confidence, the communication, and career readiness of our mentees. Your combined efforts with the tech mentors have shaped well-rounded, future-ready professionals. Today's occasion is packed with exciting highlights, and one of the most anticipated moments is the live demos from our top 3 winners. I mean, the top 3 winning teams, all of you are winners, to be honest. I mean, I cannot overemphasize it because every one of you have put a lot of effort in what we've put in place. So I just want to say, even before I go forward, I want all of you to give yourself a resounding clap, a resounding pat, a resounding applause that you have done where you've come, you've conquered, and then today you're being celebrated. And then, like I said, the highlights of our movement is the live demo from our top 3 winning teams. This team represents creativity, they represent collaboration and problem solving and excellence, even in that which they have done and they have put forward. This team also represents that it is possible to make a difference even in the tech, in the lives of women, in the lives of our male counterpart. And I can't wait for you all to see what they have built. To everyone here, I want to use this opportunity to thank you all, whether you are joining us from the very first day, from day one, or you are a supporter, you're just joining us for the first time, thank you for being a part of this community. Your presence here today affirms that we're building something meaningful, that we're building something that is lasting. And you are the reason we are able to look back on 5 years with pride and also look ahead with purpose. Once again, I want to say a very big thank you to you. So as we celebrate this milestone, really, I want us to reflect not just on how far we have come, but on how much further we can go. Because it is not just an anniversary, it is not just a graduation ceremony, but it is a launch pad for what's next. And I want every one of us to take that question at the back of our mind, that what is really next for us in the next 5 years? Where do I see myself in the next 5 years in textiles? And to round all of this up, I want to say a toast. Even if you have a virtual cup with you, or you have a virtual glass or a virtual wine, I want to say yes to 5 years of progress, to cohort 6 achievement, and to a future where women contribute to lead, build, and redefine the world of tech. And to officially kick off our celebration and showcase the kind of brilliance this program nurtures, I'm actually very delighted to hand over to our platform tech mentor, who is going to introduce our team, as they begin the very first demo presentation. Let the celebration begins. Thank you all, and I hope you have a very wonderful celebration and session with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, MJ, for that amazing intro. Thank you so much. Please, can we give MJ a clap? Can we give MJ a clap? Use your emoji reaction. I want to see us clapping for MJ in the chat. I want to see us reacting and clapping for MJ. We all know MJ is our co-founder, right? Please, can we? I can't see our claps yet. Can we clap for MJ? Thank you so much, Ma. All right, so up onto what is next. Allow me just say that this is a very proud moment for me on behalf of all the Power Apps mentors, for everybody who has mentored in the Power Apps track. This is a proud moment for every one of us, right? So we're going to have one person come up now from the PAPS track to show us one of the projects. So there were a total of about 5 projects that was done, and all these projects went through so many grading and all of that, and this project actually won, right? So that's why I said it's a very proud moment for all of us. So we're going to have Shalom and group come present to us now. Hi, Shalom. Are you here? Group 4. Just let me know in the chat if you're here. And are you here?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
Yeah.
Just the normal way. Share your screen and let me know when you're ready.
I,
Okay.
I can't I can't present
All
in
right.
the share
Lara, please,
button.
can you give Shalom the right to present? Just making me presenter, please. Okay, so we're working on it. So check now, can you present?
Yeah, I can. Let me just share my
Awesome.
screen. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, so basically this was like the Canvas app that we built. Um, the um the automation Power Apps automation team, right? So it's basically like a gym, like a fitness app rather, that you can use to come and log your workouts and I mean just to track your history and progress, right? And this is like the beginning screen. And I mean, the home screen that just shows you like a brief summary of like your data, right, that you've logged consistently. And then you have like the goal screen that's like a summary of your current goals that you've assigned to yourself. Maybe like you have like
Naiona si unaona tu ile uliweka kwa laptop.
okay, okay, you have like about maybe like the workout minutes and the days goal and then your weight loss, right? Let's say you have a weight loss of about your current weight was maybe like 120 kg and your weight goal is to get to 80, right? So your current weight is 100, that means you are 50% off your goal, right? And then the difference this one is just like a simple, like a pie chart to just show you the different workout types that you've been logging since you started using our gym, and then the different intensity. So this person is more of like a medium um, user than a low or high intensity user. And then the flexibility, right? You have the strength, you have the category rather, you have strength, you have flexibility, and then you have cardiovascular. Just a simple uh, charts to show those details. And also you have like the log workout screen. So from here you can just see the different workouts that you have logged, right? So on this day, 28th June, they did burpees, and on 3rd June they did pilot. So you can also filter by the year. So if I say I'm filtering by 2024, there's nothing in 2024. I guess everything here is 2025, and then you can filter by the month. So you can say March, you can say April, nothing in April, then you can say June. Most of it was logged in June, and then you can reset it here. Also, you can log the workouts here just to see the different workout types. Maybe like yoga, duration in minutes, the category, the set, maybe like 6, and then the weight in kilogram, and then like a description, maybe like today's session was tough, and today's session was real tough. Wheel, something like that. Just like to give you like a something you can always come back and see, and then you can log the workout, or then you can select custom workout type where you can define more attributes and stuff like that, right? So we also went the further aspect of building like a model-driven app, right? Just to display what the admins would see. So this model-driven app is just for like the back end. It's obviously not this accessible to the end users, right? It's mostly for administration, right? So you have the workout types, different motivational messages that goes out at certain intervals. You have the different workouts that have been logged by users, right? You can also filter by the different filters. And then you have the users. These are like the users that we have for this particular gym. All right, so we probably need to up our marketing budget because we only have like 3 users. So more people can start using our gym, right? Okay, the goals too. So each of these users, right, would have assigned goals, right? So in their fitness level, they'll have the goal type. So this person, Christian Rashida, it has their goal type is currently calories, right? They want to maybe like reduce the amount of calories intake and stuff like that. And then so for Tayo too, their goal type is weight loss. They want to lose weight. So for Oluwa right, his own goal type is the steps, just to maybe like increase the amount of steps they take in a day, mobility and all of that. So you can always track that in the app. We also built like a Power Automate flow that goes out every now and then, right? So in case you have like a user that needs a little push, this one goes out um this one goes out every 24 hours. So it checks if the user has logged their like a workout in the last 24 hours, and if they have not, it triggers like this flow, a flow that we have built here, right? That just goes out and send an email to the user and just tells them that we care about them. We notice that they haven't been around or they haven't logged their workouts in the last 24 hours, and we really miss them at the gym, right? We also have like other flows that run at different intervals. Those ones are like um the hydration messages. So they run at intervals in the day, like four times in a day. So different intervals. So this one is just a quick reminder that a bottle a day keeps the doctor away. I mean, a bottle of water a day keeps the doctor away. And then they also have like a link to launch back into the app, right? Um, so in the app, in the Canvas app too, we also embedded like a chatbot into the Canvas app. And the last stage was this Power Apps portal, right? Just like a Power Apps page, right? So it's just still exactly the same wellness wave. And then there are videos of people that have been working in our gym. I mean, okay, just random videos actually, but just to show people that have been working in the gym, and you can explore the classes, personal training, right? And just to show what our gym does. And then the about us, you know, we are just starting out yet. We need to, we are a startup that's just starting out yet, we need to source for funds so that more people will come to our gym. So just like different pages, and you can contact us, you can maybe have like a frequently asked questions, or you can reach us directly by filling out a form, right? Or then you can see the frequently asked questions that um other gym users ask, can I bring a guest? Yes, and just different stuff like that. And then you can also log workouts here. Just maybe if you don't want to access from the app, you want to do all your stuff on the website, right? You can also do that there. So that's just a brief summary of everything we worked on.
All right. Please, can we give a round of applause to this team? I was just smiling as I was presenting. Well done, well done, well done. Shalom and team. So Shalom is not the only person in this team. We have several people that actually came together to make this a success. So well done, well done, well done, group 4. You guys have done so well, and we are also proud of you. All right, so I'm handing over the mic to the next group for presentation.
Hi, Joy. Fine.
Hi, I'm here. I got confused when she said next group for presentation. So I was quickly trying to chat you to say, is that in order? Because it seems a bit different from what I have on the on the program. Hello everybody. Bear with me, my voice is a bit hoarse. I have a cold. Um But when you have a cold and you are part of something as tremendous as textilers, trust me, you will defeat your cold with everything that you have. So I am so excited to be part of this community that I joined. I didn't join textiles when they started. I think they're already 1 year old. So I've been with them for 4 years. And for me, this is one of the things that my yearly plan has constantly. In anything I do every year, there's a textile sitting across it all through the year. Because for me, this is one mission and goal that I believe is divine and has its impact. So to see us hit the first 5 years, it's a big congratulations to our team. And we have with us today a wonderful keynote speaker who personally I have known. When I was told I had to introduce her, I had to start thinking, how long have I known Madam Laide? you know, MJ, and I had to remember exchange days. And I started calculating. I said, like play. This thing don't reach 12 years. So I've known Madam Lady. She's one very quiet woman that is powerful. Quiet but powerful. Some of us we have loud voice like myself, and like they say, no be by gra gra. People like her, they're so subtle, patient, very good listening skills, um, and she's very compassionate, knows how to um, manage people, and I feel very blessed to have her within my circle. One of those people who you don't talk to all the time, but when you have the opportunity to speak with her, you feel blessed to have somebody like her who listens. And so, for every one of you who will be listening to her today, trust me, this is one of the most valuable thing you'll be taking out from being part of this program this year. Having access to this wonderful woman who will be sharing with us, you know, um, some wonderful experiences. And I can bet you, bring out your notes, bring out your jotters, and you would have something to stick on your wall that will give you that motivation and propel you. And beyond her just being a leader, she's also part of something that has grown, so she's part of the growth of the organization that she works for. So she's not just sitting as a leader in a business. She has the experience of building something. And so for a textilers that came out of a passion, what better person to help us communicate this kind of thoughts to you people? Her years of experience span over 20 years. So like they say, no be beans, no be moi moi. Um, 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 she has experience in business salespeople. And we technical people, there's a problem with us because we think we are doing jabajant, we think we are doing magic. We always feel like we sabi am too much. And that was one of the things that drew me into tech. I used to tech people used to annoy me. They used to feel like that them no book too much. Growing up, they were the A people, and I was not an A student. So one of the things why I'm happy I'm a success in tech is I wanted to break that myth that not the people they carry A for further mass sabi tech, because I wasn't an A student. So we always have this feeling like we know book pass. But when you see a non-technical person excel tremendously, it humbles you to know that that it's not only things that people that configure, somebody who drives businesses, and as somebody who is growing in my career, I've come to see now salespeople get the power. Now, if they don't bring business, right? We technical people don't have anything to configure. So that experience, is something that we tech people are open up to. So as much as Textilers talks about technical, what better person to give us also insight into the non-technical side of life and what drives this technical business that we do. So make welcome, bring out your hands, whatever expressions you want, and help us to welcome this wonderful personality that has given us her time on this Saturday, and help us to join hands together to welcome. I call her Madam Olaide. This is the first time I'll be calling her surname. I call her Madam Laide. So we welcome you, Madam Olaide Akinsanya, the ED and COO of Hashem Limited, one of the companies that has supported textilers even when we didn't know what we were doing. They have put their head, put their name, put their integrity, and believed in us. And we have with us here today the executive director and the COO, to join us today. Put your hands together and let's welcome her. And one good thing that I'm seeing today, I have never seen Madam Laide on a plaited hair back. So it's good to see her today. I've always known her on a low cut, So I told her recently, I think I remember, if I can't remember, I chatted about her. I say, this hairstyle, it's good to see you on another. So after 10 years, I get to see her on a different hairstyle. So welcome, ma, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you. Thank you so much for the welcome here. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be with you today. How are we all doing? I'm sure we're all excited to be here.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's a true honor and pleasure to be with you all today to celebrate not just one, but two remarkable milestones. The graduation of the Tech Deep Dive Cohort 6 and the 5th anniversary of Textilers. What an incredible journey. What an incredible journey. So first, I would like to thank God for making today possible and for giving the enabling grace to the Textiler organizers and the team. So today, we celebrate not just a completion of a program, but the emergence of a new generation of innovators, leaders, and change makers. To our graduating interns, congratulations. You have journeyed through challenges, embraced learning, and demonstrated resilience. You've not only grown in technical skill, but in character. And that is the true essence of success. So I would say Textiler was founded with a bold vision to educate and empower women in technology. And today we see that vision alive in each of you. You are the embodiment of what happens when opportunity meets determination. Though the root was in uplifting women, but I am proud it has grown into a diverse and inclusive community where both men and women thrive together and united by a shared passion for innovation and impact. And to the entire Textiler team, happy 50th anniversary. 5 years of empowering women, building future, and shaping the tech ecosystem in Nigeria and beyond. Your work is not just impactful, it is a legacy building. Thank you for your vision, your consistency, and your service. So, let's be honest. In tech, success is often boxed into a narrow mold. A big job at a multinational company, certifications you stack up like trophies, mastery of every trending language or framework. But here is the truth. Success in tech isn't a one-size-fits-all. It's not about climbing someone else's ladder. It's about building your own. And today, I want to challenge you to redefine your success on your own terms. Because power lies not just in what you do, but in why and how you do it. The earth is a maze, and God is the compass holder. So make him your source, and you will never miss the way. There is no perfect playbook for success, I will tell you, because our path to it is unique and individual. You must define and discover your own version of success, guided by your values, goals, and experiences, not by copying someone else's route. Honor your individuality, because that is what is missing in the world today. The earth is mixed because 60% of what you see or hear is an illusion. The world feels mixed because reality reaches us through imperfect senses and biased filters. If we don't question appearances, we all risk mistaking illusion for facts. So, I would say, starting with passion. Passion is that spark, that inner fire that keeps you going when the Wi-Fi drops, your code breaks, and even deadlines are looming. It's not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet curiosity. Sometimes it is the joy of solving a bug at 2 a.m. or even helping a teammate figure out a problem. When you follow that, what excites you, learning becomes effortless. Growth becomes natural with you. So ask yourself, What tech problems light you up? What causes do you care about deeply? What parts of this journey makes you feel most alive? Let passion lead, because that is your compass. But we all know passion alone isn't enough. You need purpose. Purpose is what the industry to inspire children, your community, or your younger self. Purpose gives your career meaning beyond the paycheck. When your passion aligns with your purpose, you stop chasing success. You start creating it instead. And so moving on, let's talk about the big one. That is the persistence. Because truthfully, journey won't always be easy. This journey will never be easy. There will be challenges. Imposter syndrome will whisper, you don't belong here. Rejections will stink. I was walked out by a customer once. And some customers have rejected our company name, saying, why should we name a company Hashem? By the way, they don't even know the meaning. It means God. Some even told us to our face that we would fold up soon. Just give them maximum 2 to 5 years. But here we are after 21 years, still growing stronger because our anchor and support system is God and not us. So I must tell you, some rooms will try to ignore your voice. But here is the good news. You belong there. You are not alone, and you are more than enough. Every woman who has made a mark in tech faced walls. What set them apart was the will to keep going. So when things get tough, and they will, I must tell you, remember this. Persistence is not perfection. It's showing up. It's trying again. It's rising over and over and over again. So sisterhood that you have, the beauty of Textiler that I have seen is the sisterhood. You are not walking this path alone. You are part of a movement, and together you are shifting narratives, building bridges, and creating space for the next generation of tech women and men. So support each other, I would advise. Celebrate loudly, collaborate often, and always, always lift others as you rise. To cohort 6, this is more than a graduation. It's a launch. You're stepping into a future you get to shape with your skills, your story, and your strength. So as you move forward, define success your way. Let it be grounded in passion, driven by purpose, and sustained through persistence. The future of tech isn't about AI or code. I must tell you, it's about you, your voice, your vision, your impact. So today, as you graduate, and as we celebrate 5 years of this powerful movement, I challenge you to let passion fuel you. Let purpose guide you. Let persistence strengthen you. Let respect anchor you. And let service define you. Because when you align your skills with your soul, when you pursue growth, not just for gain, but for good, then you are not just succeeding in tech. You are redefining what success truly means. Congratulations to the Tech Deep Dive Cohort 6. Your journey is just the beginning. And so to the Textiler family, thank you for building a future where women and men are not just included in tech, but where women are leading. So here's to passion, here's to purpose, here's to persistence, and here is to 5 incredible years. May the next 5 even be more impactful. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Ma. This is quite very impactful, and thank you. Joy, I'm not stealing your show, but I cannot just say if I have to say I have to talk.
No, enjoy.
Thank you so much. All right, Joy, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, Ma. We cannot say thank you enough. And guys, I'm sure many of you have said this is not a hype introduction. You can see her delivery. No gra, no tension, no muscle like some of us, easy peasy. And then she's hitting those points. Thank you so much. One thing she said something about, there was something she said about ankle. Right, I said I just came in. I took a step out of my room, and as I walked in, she said something ankle, and it think just gave me some jittery, I think it has to do with behavior or something. And for me, that's one key thing. You can know everything but character, speaks volume. Thank you so much, Ma. We appreciate it. Does anybody have any questions for her? And that's another thing you get to enjoy here today. You get to speak directly to Madam Laide. So if you have any questions, please, you can do a show by raising your hand, or you can, come off mute and we can take a few questions quickly. Lara can permit us to take a few questions. Yeah, Rukayat, I can see your hands up. Rukayat, please.
Thank you so much, Madam Joy, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you so much, Ma, for that powerful keynotes. Thank you so much. Quite grateful. You mentioned something around when starting Ashim. Well, people were trying to reject the
Yes.
like the plan, and then people were trying to silence you. What was two things that you think really kept driving you forward, even though in the face of challenges and rejections and everything that tried to discourage you from going forward? What were two things that really drive you forward? Thank you so much, Ma.
All right. Thank you for that question. Number one, I would say passion. Why? Because passion was what I had those days in terms of, because of the purpose we had in mind. The purpose is to serve the customer. And so when I was walked out, though I felt rejected, like I said, it will sting when you are walked out, or maybe when somebody tells you, okay, you don't belong somewhere. I felt somehow, but I just had to tell myself, what's the reason you are doing this? The reason is to satisfy a customer. The reason is to bring purpose and also help people to realize, because when we started Hashem, we started on the basis of helping customers license rights, helping customers to buy what they need, not what is imposed on them. And also to simplify technology for our customers. That was part of the reason why we started. Because we know technology has been made like something that is a big thing, and people are finding it difficult for them to be able to understand what it is. And so we try to explain it to them. So during those situations, when that particular incident occurred, what I just resolved in myself is, no, I will not take no for an answer. I will not take that rejection, because that is not me. So I went on and continued. I just shook it off because it's a norm. And when you are beginning to grow, there will come a time where, certain situations will occur or come across your way that will make you feel unwanted. But because of the purpose and the passion that you have, that is what will keep pushing you ahead. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If anybody tells you, especially when you have your anchor in God, because that is the support system that we have lived through. He has been our succor. And, when things are rough, when the moments are very dark, you don't even know when deliveries are looming, and when you have issues, in getting certain things done. Who do you rely on? Friends you can talk to, but the only person that never leaves is God, because easily you can rely on him, easily you can reach out, and then he will support. It will be your guide. Even some things, like I said in my speech, I talked about the earth is a maze. You know, we need a compass to direct us. And the compass holder is God. He is the one that can tell you go left, go right. Because there has been certain situations where he will tell us take left while people are taking right. And what we do is we take left according to his will. And that is what has sustained us. So God should be your hope, your anchor, your support system. And on top of it, yes, you need to have the passion. You need to have the persistence and the purpose of what you are doing. Why are you doing it? What are you trying to change? So I would say, you know, just
Thank you.
hope and then, don't forget that.
Thank you very much. The anchor God. I like to say to people, whatever you think you believe in, right? Whatever spirit being you believe in, that's it here. But we who believe in God, we cannot trade our successes without mentioning God. So Madam Lady has given us, I think that's one big secret as to how they've been successful. They anchor on God, and sitting on top of God is what drives their passion, their belief, their understanding. One thing I can speak categorically for Hashem, being that my relationship with them even started and Madam Lady, when I was a service provider, meaning that they were providing service to us, right? Is the ability to understand how to give you maximum value for your investment, right? That's one thing a lot of service providers struggle. Is more around markup numbers. They want to make the numbers because they're under pressure, salespeople. For this lady, it's about you are investing your money in something. How do I get you 100% satisfied to where you feel that this money you have parted ways with is value for you? For me, that's awesome, and I've never said this to them. This is the bedrock and foundation as to which I now function today, even in my own personal things. My personal is, am I giving you value? Because the moment you give somebody value, the person doesn't even feel any resistance to release money. Think about it. The vibes you get when you buy designers, for those of you who are designers freaks, or your Brazilian hair and bone straight, is because you think you're getting value for something that you feel is beyond comprehension. It's that same mindset. Once you give somebody value, the person doesn't frown or feel under any some form of resistance to part away with money. And that's one thing I silently learned from her that I have never told her. That today I silently learned from her that she would come as a salesperson, but it was always about value. How do I give you value? And she will release every information you need for you to be happy. So one salesperson that knocks on your door and you're like, allow them in. People don't like salespeople because they feel it's only money they come to ask for. She's one lady that you will always say, please come in. I work for bosses who, the moment they have issues and they say, have you escalated it to Madam Lady? And you say yes, they go to sleep because they know that value is what they walk away with. So that's one thing also that I add to what she has said. Make sure that you have value sitting on top of whatever passion or service offering that you're giving. Thank you very much, ma. We have two more people. We'll wrap up before Lara kicks me off the butt. LA, and after LA, we'll go with Toluwani.
Good morning, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening. I apologize, I won't be able to turn on my camera. Thank you so much, Madam Laide. You said it all, and just for everyone here, I just want to encourage you. You could see the passion, and two things amongst all the things that resonated with me is the fact that the God factor and also the soft skill. I mean, right now she's not doing a lot of technical things, but because she's acquired the soft skill, that's why she would enter any door and the door will be open. She would talk to any chairman or executive, and that communication is seamless. I mean, you can imagine why. This just tells you why we add soft skills to our technical skills. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, what am I doing with soft skills? But you can't get to that leadership position and you don't want to remain where you are right now, right? So this is just an example of why you take your soft skills as a technical person as serious as you take your technical skills, because someday you want to be an entrepreneur. And I'm sure these are the skills that Madam Lydia and the founders of Hashem have, used all through the years to remain where they are for 21 years and still counting. So I just want to say a big thank you, Ma. It's like you were at the beginning. of the court. I don't know where that is coming from. Can someone mute, please? Thank you. It looks like you were part of the court, as if you were part of the entire 8 weeks that we had. Just wrapping it up today is just amazing. Thank you. God bless you, ma.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. For lack of time, I'll give 30 seconds to the last two people, and we won't take any other questions. We'll take them at the end of the call, just so that again, like I said, Lara doesn't kick me on the board. So we'll go with Toluwani and Joshua. They'll be the last two questions. Thank you, ma, for your patience, please.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
Toluwani. We can hear you.
Thank you so much, ma, for your words of encouragement and words of advice. So my question here is that, is it possible for one person to have like two passions, like two things that you are passionate about? And if it is possible, how can there be a balance? How can one, not make one lack visibility than the other? I don't know if I explain myself properly.
Yes, it's possible because one fits on the other. That's why it is possible to have more than one. Especially what I talked about. I talked about persistence, I talked about passion. So it's possible to have more than one passion, especially when your goal or the mission of what you are talking about aligns with your soul. It aligns with your belief. It aligns with your anticipation in life. So it's easy. You can have that. It doesn't, it won't, it's just like the way you can balance it, and the way you can balance it is the fact that, you can have the two line by line. But if it is something that comes natural, it's not forceful, something you are passionate about. For instance, someone that is passionate about cooking, it comes natural. You don't see it as a burden. It's not a burden to you. And if you like cooking and you also like baking, those are two passions that you like. They come hand in hand, So it comes natural to you. So it doesn't look like a burden. And you can balance it. Why? Because you know the reason why you are doing it. Maybe you want to feed the community, or you have certain level of people that you are focusing on. So that's why, even with what the textile team are doing, I will call that one passion. It comes natural to them. It's not forceful, or they never feel overwhelmed about it. Rather, they are very focused on it because it's something that they want to do. They love to do it. It comes natural. So it's not forceful. It is when you are doing something that you're not passionate about, that you start feeling cold feet. You feel uncomfortable about it. But if it is something that you're passionate about, no matter, even if it is 2 or 3 things that you want to mix together, they will fall in line. And then you'll be able to manage yourself, with God giving you the grace as well, I would say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Toluwani, thank you. And when she was talking, I just remember she said also, why are you even doing something? So when you have two passions, I think the following question is why? What do I want to do? Like she said, do I like to cook because I want to help people, because I want to feed people? I want to, bridge the gap where people don't overbloat fee. I know that, yes, things are expensive, but I know I can prepare good food and still make it affordable. So that's why I want to do this. And so that forms, why you like cooking. And then maybe sitting on top of that is that you like money. I'm an Igbo girl. And so you're like, you know what? Because I like money, and I know that if I feed people and make it affordable, I will have more turnover and I will have money. Two passions blended together. So somehow I see. So the question is, why you do something? Again, Madam Lady is a good, calm woman. She doesn't like talk about money, very calm. I'm an Igbo woman. I like money. And so it's one of my passions. But Toluwani, I think you got the message there. Is also, why do you want to do that? And yes, you can have multiple passions, multiple dreams. Sometimes one can overshadow one, but there's always a balance along the line. Thank you very much, ma. Joshua, over to you.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Madam Olaide. I was so inspired by everything you said. I'm really glad to be among you guys. I'm actually new in the house. I'm really excited to be among great women like you. I'm really happy and excited. So my question is, what is your advice to new tech members? What is your advice? Like, I am new here, so what do you advise me? Because I heard when you were talking about your story, when you said people said you couldn't do it, but your passion kept driving you to do more. So my question now is, as a new member, what is your advice to me? Thank you, ma.
Okay. Yes, thank you for that question. As a new member, what I would tell you, I will also go back to some of the things I mentioned earlier. What is the reason why you joined? Why did you join Textiler? What motivated you to join? So if you know your what, you know your why, and how will not form. You'll be able to complete your how. You will do it, how you will make it happen. So understand your what. What is the reason? Why did you join Textiler? So if you can tell why you joined Textiler, then you have a roadmap already, to guide you. But if you don't know the reason, maybe because you saw a friend there, so you decided, okay, let me also try it. I know sometimes you might try some things and discover, okay, I think I have a little flair for this. But when you don't know the reason, I think someone mentioned something about Simon Sinek, about why, one book that the person has read or listened to. Somebody mentioned that. If you know your why, then you know your what and you know your how. So decide that in yourself. Why did you join Textiler? If you're able to determine that, that would guide you and help you to be able to, because in the midst of it, there will be challenges, there will be hurdles. There will be nights that you don't even feel like standing up from the bed. I have experienced it. There are days you feel like, oh God, is it daybreak again? You don't feel like going on. But that is the thing that will push you to go ahead. That is what will push you to keep moving and not stopping until you get where you are headed, or you get to where you want to be. So that's what I would advise. Thank you. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Thank you so much, ma. I'm really inspired by you. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ma. We cannot say thank you enough. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for allowing us to see your face again. I personally haven't seen your face, I think, in over a year, even though I've chatted you once a while. But, it's good to see your face and your smile, Madam Light, again. Thank you for giving us these words of wisdom. God bless you. To everybody, please, let's show her love with what, jam your hands, say a word, drop a word, an emoji for her. We appreciate you. God bless you. And
Amen, and you too.
You're not far. Madam Lide is available. Connect with her on LinkedIn. I didn't say go and spam her with too many messages, so take it easy. Sure, easy on her. She's a very busy woman, but I'm sure she's happy to connect with us, Textilers members on her LinkedIn. Please feel free to connect with her. And if you bump into her in any tech function, just introduce yourself as a Textilers member, and it will give her an extra smile to see how much impact she has made as she begins to progress. God bless you, ma'am. Lara, back to you, please.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on now, I think Lara has a bit of connection issue. So I will now be calling on Titi Lope Bello, who is
Hello?
going to be
I'm here.
introducing. All right. Titi Lope Bello, is it the one saying she's here, or Lara? I think I missed that voice.
That was Lara.
I'm here.
Okay. All right,
For
Lara,
1 minute, I
please
was like,
take it
MJ, how
on.
can you not get Madam Titi's voice? That's Madam Titi.
Every one of us are sounding more alike today. It's like the Tesla's blood is running through us. We are all sounding, but nobody can mimic my own voice. It's a powerful husky voice. Nobody.
That one is unique.
All right, Lara, please go on.
Okay, I will just take it up from here. Thank you. This is Titi speaking, by the way. Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Joy, MJ, and then Madam Lydie, and everyone that have spoken today. Thank you very, very much for the platform. And truly, it has been a truly rewarding and experiencing journey, watching the mentees in the Azure track grow, or they came with a lot of questions, a lot of enthusiasm on what they will learn, how it's going to go. And then they showed up all the time in classes and everything, and they were able to learn a whole lot. So we watched them, we watched the transformation journey for the past few weeks, and it's been truly amazing and a remarkable journey for them. So one of the themes that really stand out or stood out is Team Staris with their project automating infrastructure deployment. They did not only stand out technically, but they also demonstrated the core principle of using Azure DevOps and infrastructure as a code in a practical and elegant way. So, what really impressed me the most on how they managed their project was, on how they managed their project was the way, the level of synergy, the level of coordination and genuine collaboration among them. Up to their documentation, it was a top notch. They put a lot of work into putting the project and ensuring the success of it. A lot of time I'm their group, and I see the way they go about do meeting, call each other to rub mind, participate even in the middle of the night. So it was really a true show of spirit, of teamwork spirit, right, and innovation. So just help me welcome as I invite Team Charis to present their project, represented by Aisha Oshileye, to share their project and journey with us. And then we'll just, let's just sit down and take in all they have for us today. So Aisha, are you here? Can you take it up? Okay. John, are you representing her? Sorry, let's just, I guess it's...
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes. Good
Good morning,
morning. We
madam.
can hear you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, textilers. Good morning, the organizers, the mentors, and my fellow mentees. It's been an amazing experience the past 8-10 weeks, and I'm very excited to be presenting this project using our project slides. I would like to share my screen right now. Please let me know if you can see my slide. I will just go to the presentation mode.
Yes, we can see it.
I'll be presenting from this slide since the subscription we used for the deployment is no more working. So we will just go with the slides, but I will be sure to present an interface, a screenshot of the interface that we use. Thank you very much, textilers. I'm glad to be here representing the cloud computing with Azure track, presenting the project on the Tech Deep Dive cohort 6. The title of our project is Automating Infrastructure Deployment Using Infrastructure as Code. And for this project, we adopted Bicep to deploy our infrastructure. Bicep is a template in Azure automation that you can use to deploy infrastructure automatically instead of having to go through the manual deployment. So apart from Bicep, we have the ARM templates, we have the Terraform, and all the rest. So, but we chose Bicep to deploy this infrastructure because it's simpler to understand and easier to deploy for beginners. So the problem statement for our project says that there is a manual infrastructure provisioning which causes errors, delays, and inconsistent and insecure environment. It also brings about a less repeatable infrastructure setup. So I'll just I want to remove this. So for this particular problem, we brought about an automated deployment in order to eradicate the errors, to remove the delays, and to remove inconsistency and insecurity in the environment, and also provide a reusable template for repeatable infrastructure deployment. So work with me as I move on. This is the solution overview. We presented an automated infrastructure deployment using Bicep and ARM templates. We used Bicep to deploy Azure policy for compliance. We deployed Azure Monitor for monitoring the environment against costs and against infrastructure usage. We also deployed the Bicep modules in order to provision VMs and storage. So within for the VMs and storage, also for the environment, we had VNet virtual networks where we enabled network security groups within the VNet and the subnet in order to allow or deny access. That's a security feature that we enabled, network security feature that we enabled in the environment. We also provisioned Azure ADP, privilege identity management in the environment to and enable just-in-time access. For the for contributor role, we are associated a contributor role with the particular user that will be accessing the environment and using the infrastructure. So the key tools for this particular deployment are Bicep, which was what we used in writing our codes and then deploying the infrastructure. We use the VS Code environment to put the codes together to keep the codes and manage the codes as well. We also use the Azure CLI, we use Azure Monitor for the monitoring part of the project, we use Azure Policy for the compliance and the cost tracking part of the project, and also use GitHub to store our codes. So for this particular project, we present the business values, which includes faster delivery. We know that with automation, we don't have to go through the manual several clicks and all that comes with manual deployment. So it presented a faster delivery, accelerated and rapid and repeatable deployment process. We also had consistency and value. We were able to eliminate errors with infrastructure as code for identical environments. Those modules, those templates we use are repeatable because we can use them to deploy the same sort of infrastructure again and again and again. So we also had cost control with the use of tagging and policy, which helped us to track spending and also enforce cost saving standards. We were also able to enforce a particular SKU of virtual machines to be created within that environment so that we will not go overboard when it comes to cost management. We also add security and compliance. We're able to automate secure configurations and maintain audits. We also have, for this, another business value we presented is a developer productivity. Because we deploy this particular solution for a software development company, this solution enables developers in order to focus on building instead of just having to go around, providing their own environment for themselves. So once the environment is already provisioned, all they have to do is just to get to work and start building and not be burdened with environmental setup. For the design and architecture of this solution, the tenancy for this deployment is a single tenant, which could also be used in a multi-tenant environment as well. We had Azure Active Directory and a single tenant Active Directory tenant, which enables centralized identity management, access control, and security policy management. So this was able to simplify governance and allow consistency across all environments. The management structure follows the management group, Azure management group hierarchy, where our resources were organized by environment. We had the dev environment, we also have the production environment, where the project team would be allowed to clearly delegate access and policies and billings as well. The architecture allows for automated provisioning of virtual networks, of virtual machines, of storage, security policies, and monitoring as well. This is architectural design, which shows an Azure AD and privileged identity management to manage secure identity and role access. We had an Azure resource group as a container that houses all the resources. We have virtual machines provisioned automatically. We have storage for logs, for diagnostics, for and recovery as well. We also have policies that enforce the compliance using tagging and allowed regions. We also have monitoring, which capture the logs, metrics, and alerts. The key capabilities of this solution include an automated virtual machine and secure network deployment, secure storage provisioning, role-based access with privileged identity management, real-time alerts with Azure Monitor, enforced governance with Azure Policy, and all with a single-click deployment. No multiple clicks, no moving around from one tab to another, just using a single code to deploy all the templates, to deploy all code. So this is a user flow and user experience for this solution. We configured PIM for role-based access. We deployed the infrastructure as code, the bicep templates. We use them to enforce policies and compliance. We use them to monitor resources and then receive alerts. So this is a demo workflow with screenshots. These screenshots show the bicep code for resources on this tab that I am now. And we define the parameters, the location, which they're supposed to name the resource group, the VNet, the subnet, the public IP that we use to access the resources, the network interface, the other VM, the Linux VM. We had two virtual machines, Windows and a Linux VM in the environment. This is the storage tab, the code that define the storage, that deploy the storage. We use the SKU, the standard LRS SKU, and we define the location as well, everything housed in our resource group. And here we have the code that deploy the monitor as well. Also, everything in the same location and same resource group as well. And this is the bicep template for the privileged identity management, where we assign a contributor role to the identity, the principal identity role. So this is the role assignment template for the principal ID, the contributor role. So we also here I'm showing the policy template. This is a JSON that we use to deploy the policy and the compliance as well. So where we define the standard B2S as a compute, that's a virtual machine type that we deploy in the environment. And this is the code, the bicep code, where we define all of the parameters, we incorporated all the other bicep file into this particular file, So all we have to do was just deploy this particular file by using a single code. This was the file that was deployed using a particular deploy all code that now deployed all the infrastructure into the environment. And here is a screenshot of all of the infrastructure that was deployed in the environment, the monitor, the network interface card, the NSG, the network security group that define the security rules. We also have the public IP, the the storage, the virtual machine, and then the disk as well. Here is the environment showing it. And here, this is the highlight of the project, which is the speed of delivery. Here, in this particular page shows in what seconds and minutes our resources were deployed. As you can see here, we see some resources were deployed in seconds, very little, like 6 seconds, 12 seconds, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 seconds, and the rest. So this is a highlighted feature of an automated deployment. It doesn't take time, it saves a lot of time, and then there's consistency, reduce errors, eliminates manual errors, and the rest. So this is the highlight of the project where we were able to deploy a full-fledged infrastructure within the shortest possible time. So here I will just suppose the benefits of an automated deployment and a manual deployment. So with an automated environment, we have over 60% faster deployment compared to a manual one, which could go into hours. Like I showed in my previous slide now, we saw how resources were deployed in a few seconds. Also, we're able to reduce manual errors as opposed to having a manual setup. In the automated setup, we also improve compliance and security with automated alerts. So instead of having to go check the environment at all times, we have also alerts that are automated that can be received by a managed identity who can actually see if something is going wrong, if check for cost as well, check for errors, or if a particular infrastructure is being overused or underutilized. We also have a scalable and reusable template that allows us to repeat infrastructure setup as opposed to having a manual environment. We also have increased confidence. So you are defining, you know your code, you know your infrastructure, you know your resources, you are defining them properly, you are actually defining them to the latest. So you actually know what you are deploying, and this will increase your confidence. So in this journey, we had some challenges, and we were actually able to move along with them because the purpose for any journey we will have challenges, but the the benefit of having challenges is actually learning from them, which we were able to do. The first challenge was debugging bicep templates. For most of us, this was the first time we were coming across something that had to do with bicep. And then first, the only meaning I know of bicep is maybe probably the muscles of your arms. But when I came across bicep, I was like, okay, what does bicep mean? Does it mean you have to go and do some exercise? Sorry, pardon my joke. And then we came across bicep, and then we saw that we could actually learn it, and it enabled us to learn about parameterization. So parameterization makes the templates reusable and adaptable, so we could reuse them and also adapt them for other environments as well. We add license constraints with configuring privilege identity management roles. So the Azure license that we had constrained us from using PIM because we needed a standard premium P2 license to use PIM, which we didn't have. We had a free one. We needed a premium P1 or P2 license or governance license, which we didn't have. But our mentor, one of our mentors, Madam, she put us through how to incorporate two environments. We have to merge the Azure subscription within a developer, M365 developer subscription, which enabled us to use PIM in order to configure identity and access. So thank you very much, Madam Titi, for that. So we learned a lot in this journey. We also encountered errors using PowerShell scripts and then the Microsoft Graph module setup, which we initially wanted to use for the identity provisioning on PowerShell. So we learned that we needed actually for any task we will be doing on PowerShell, we would need to install Microsoft Graph module, especially when it has to do with identity provisioning. So we learned that the monitoring setup must align with business critical metric. That is, our monitoring and policy actually must align with business business value that we're trying to provide the client as well, especially when it has to do with cost control and identity setup and security. So we also learned that the PIN access controls will be able to ensure that there's a more enforced security, but would also require we onboard users as we provision identity. So for the future enhancements we considered or that we recommend for this particular solution is that we can actually automate CI/CD with GitHub actions for this particular solution. We could also integrate Azure keyboards in order to store secrets since we are dealing with a software development company. So to store secrets, to store codes and the rest. So that's one feature on the Azure solution portal. We can also allow for expansion of the policies that we have in order to include resource laws so that there won't be accidental deletion or access to or uninvited guests or unauthorized users. Meet our team of mentees, the CARIS team. Here, we all work together in order to ensure the successful delivery of this project. We had roles all assigned to each member of the team where we collaborated and everyone brought value into the project delivery. Thank you very much, team. So for this project, we were able to successfully implement an automated Azure infrastructure solution, which improved our skills in Bicep, in Azure governance, in cloud automation generally. We did not just build cloud infrastructure, we built experience, we built confidence, and we built lasting memories. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so
much. All right, thank you, Titi and Aishat. Thank you. I was saying to myself that if you give Aishat the whole session, I'm sure that she will take over all the whole session and let us know. And she's so passionate about their work, and I'm super proud of you guys. Well done, well done. All right, so moving on, I just need to quickly introduce my sister, the co-founder, the person of Foyin Olajide Bello, FOB for short, as we used to call her. So, I mean, I want to invite her to the session just to quickly take us on what it was like to speak to our leaders and to take us through the session for acknowledging the textilers leadership. Foyin, are you ready? Hello, Foyin, are you there? Hello, hello, Foyin. All right, hello. Okay. So while we wait for Foyi, I will just quickly take a few minutes to talk on some of what it was like. Just take 5 minutes to quickly talk on what it was like, our journey in the last 5 years. So just permit me to quickly share my screen, except Foyi, you're here. Foyi, are you ready? Okay. So I want to believe, I think she's having some challenges with, it's been quite a lot for us today, but I mean, please permit. Foyi, are you ready? Yes, absolutely. We can hear you. That's great. Okay.
My house in it's fine. All right, great. Thank you so much, sis. So we want to first of all appreciate everyone for how far we've come on this journey together as a team. And we'll start by saying a big thank you to our leaders for this year. A special shout out to our Global President Ellie. Thank you so much for your support so far this year. Omolara for always being the glue that sticks all of us together. You know, when we're all kind of in our busy lives, you always come and say, "Oh, guys, we need to really do this now. Let's come together." You know, and make this plan. So you really, you have showed forth as the program's lead, owning and ensuring that all our programs have been successful this year. I'd like to say big thank you. Please, can we let the emojis come through as we say our appreciation? We also want to say thank you to Miriam for all the communications and the support that she has shown to the community. Omolola and Jeshri, thank you for your tremendous help in making this Tech Deep Dive Cohort 6 a success. From leading tracks to organizing the entire program, through the training sessions, into the projects, ensuring that we have all of the certificates, which you probably should have been seeing arriving in your mailboxes very soon, and making sure that it's all done. Thank you so much. I think we were on for almost 3 hours till almost 11 yesterday, making sure that everything for today is set. So we can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to work with you. MJ and I are truly grateful for all the support that you have given us so far in the year. And a big shout out to our mentors. And there is no tech deep dive without you. So we want to say a big thank you for how you've helped to teach and support the track. Thank you so much for all of the Saturdays that you've dedicated, all the hours, and even during the week as well. I know that a few of our mentors were teaching during the week to ensure that we catch up with the schedule. So a big thank you for giving back to the community. We are grateful for this that you've done. And next, we'd like to say thank you to our judges for how they supported us with the project showcase. I believe that's after the mentors track. Oh no, okay, sorry. No, I'll come back to the answers. The judges, thank you so much to our judges for helping and staying almost 4 or 5 hours on the call that day to make sure that they gave us quality feedback. And for anyone that was on the call, I'm sure that you learned a thing or two from the deep dive. So it was a privilege to tap into their wealth of experience, and we're truly grateful for it. Now to our associates, thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without you. We know we always come up with so many requests. So can you help us collate this? Can you help us collate that? And you've never complained for once. You always go back to the team, to the track, and to ensure that all of the details are coming together nicely. Thank you so much for cascading down all of the information, for your support, for supporting the mentors in their various tracks, and also supporting the leaders, all of us, to ensure that this deep dive was a cohort. We indeed couldn't have done this without you. I know we're still pinging some of you yesterday about the awards. Thank you so much. We're grateful. We appreciate you beyond words. All right, so moving on, we're going to now appreciate our participants, our amazing mentees, all of you, with the awards. If you could please take it forward. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we did nomination for this. So and we have some specific awards that I would like to present to some of you today, in recognition of the feedback that was received from anonymous people. We don't want to mention names. So we have about 10 awards in total. So we will start with the first award. So the first award is presented to the first award is for what we call the Open Source Spirit Award. This award is given to someone who has shared generously from code to knowledge to time. This person is always having the best technical answers, even if it's copy and paste, you know. So this is the Open Source Spirit Award. And we're going to present that to a couple of individuals this morning or afternoon from here. So, and these are, I hope we're excited. Let's see the applause coming through.
Drum.
All right. So these are our Open Spirit Award winners. So thank you so much, Ode, Olamide, Victor, Kafi. Your team have recognized you as the person that is always, sharing generously with the open source spirit. Thank you so much for coming through for us and your team in this cohort. All right, the next award we have is the collaboration champion. So you are the person that is always bringing people together, right? Building the bridges, always making sure that we all have time for each other, always encouraging, supporting, ensuring that this task we have been given, comes true. So that's our collaboration champion. And this will be presented to...
Drum roll. I need suspense now.
To all of these individuals, thank you so much. Balikis, Shalom, Rukayat, Aisha, Titilayo. Thank you for being the collaboration champion, for being that positive person in the room, in your team, in your track, making sure that people are coming together, making sure that everybody is coming together and we are building the bridges and making time for each other, encouraging. Thank you so much. We're presenting this award to you in recognition of that as well. All right, moving on. We have the award of the most improved participants. Now, this is somebody that has grown significantly in skill, confidence, and consistency. And this award is presented to the following amazing individuals. So Faiza, Oluwatobi, Olajumoke, Aminat, Alimat, Joanne. There is a recognition that you have grown and improved significantly since you joined the Tech Deep Dive Cohort 6. And we just want to recognize this and also use this opportunity to appreciate you for that growth. All right, so the next award is the debug detective. So this is the person who is always solving tricky bugs, helping others to troubleshoot, and always asking, technical questions. So you're our debug detective. Say, this bug, how are we going to fix it? So our winners for this award is presented to our amazing participants, Ngozi, Celestina, Zainab, and Oluremi. Thank you so much for being our debug detectives. And please continue in this detective mode, even as you continue to explore your tech journey. So we appreciate you and we thank you so much. All right, I hope people are excited and feeling appreciated with these awards. So we have another one going to the Tech Trail. It's called the Tech Trailblazer Award. Now, this is given to someone who has explored beyond the curriculum and introduced new tech or experimented bravely. So you went beyond what you were taught in the course and you tried to experiment other things, without fear. So we're going to present this award to Sheriff, Dane, and Shelley. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right. Moving on, we have the next award, which is the Always Curious Award. This is going to someone who never stops asking questions and digging deeper. These are the people who always have a question to ask on the call. And the mentors will say, I thought I'm finished teaching for today, but there's another question. Okay, let me hear your question. The Always Curious Award is presented to Faith, to Chisom, to Inkechi, and to Tony. we recognize you today, and please stay curious. As you've been curious throughout this track, continue with that curiosity as you proceed in your tech journey. All right. So we're moving on. We're moving on. I hope we're still as excited as I am. The Vibes Manager. This is a very interesting award that we're presenting to somebody who always keeps the mood light, fun, active, and positive. Okay, and this award is presented to, drum roll, to these following individuals: Emmanuel, Vivian, and Rashidat. So you are the Vibes Manager. You've been nominated from your various tracks. So thank you so much for keeping the vibes up for us through the high and the tough moments. This is well appreciated. All right. Moving on, we have the award that we call most likely to teach in the next cohort, right? So if your name appears here, you can be sure that we're coming for you to become a mentor next in the next cohort. And we're presenting this award to the following participants: to Sandra, to Christian, and to Angel. So we believe that you're most likely to teach in the next cohort, and we are going to come knocking next year by God's grace. Thank you so much for all your passion that you have demonstrated in these cohorts. And we have the second to the last award. I hope you are still with me and you're still excited. The Coffee and Code Award. This is the person that is always up late grinding. And we're presenting this to Ijoma and Alima. You have been nominated as you have been given the Coffee and the Code Award, that you're always up late grinding. So let's keep it up, but let's not grind too much. Okay, rest is also important. So thank you so much, and we recognize you for that. And now the last but not the least award is presented to, is the award called the Cohort Champ. Now this award we're giving every one of you on the call, all of our mentees, our participants who started this course and finished it. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. We have all been awarded the Cohort Champ. You are indeed a champion because you started this a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of people, at least we had over 700 people that registered, and you made it through. You started and you finished. And you didn't only finish, you learned, you improved yourself very boldly, despite all the challenges of electricity and internet and laptop and you name it. You are here today, you completed this cohort. So we celebrate you. You are all extremely appreciated. And we say a big well done. Thank you so much. That said, I will hand over back to my sis MJ.
Thank you so much, Pui. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. And once again, I want to say every one of us should just keep clapping for ourselves, keep rooting for yourself. You've all done amazingly well, to be honest. I mean, it's been 8 weeks of deep learning, 8 weeks of deep commitment, persistence, passion. I'm going to borrow from Madalaide's word. And you guys have shown commitment and you have scaled, let me use the word of what they call it. You came, you saw, you conquer. And not only did you conquer, you establish. Well done to all of you. And then, so moving on, I'll just quickly take us through, before I call on Joy, I'll just quickly take us through what our journey was like in the last 5 years. Textilers have gone a long way, and we're super excited. We're super excited for all of this journey. And then, like I said, a lot of you, it was a dream. It was more like a dream that we started with. But today, we're celebrating a reality of that dream. And you guys are part of the story. Every single one of you from day one that you've started with us, you are all part of that story. And that is what today we want to celebrate. That even 5 years ago, we started with that bold vision. I could remember it was just like yesterday, Koyi calling on me and said, NJ, let's be part of, I want you to be part of this with me. And then I thought she was joking. And before we knew it, we decided to register a company called Dawit, and then Textile was a subsidiary of it, an NGO, to be honest. And we look at all of the journey till date. It was like a bold vision. We just wanted to create a space where women are not only invited into tech, but they are also equipped, they are also mentored and supported to lead in it. That was what was our vision. So, against all odds, even when we felt tired, even when we felt like, we didn't have so much support, so to say, in terms of should we do this year or shouldn't we do this year? Our vision was what was keeping us going on, and then Kami kept us going on. It was what motivated us to say, oh, we want to do something the next year. I want to do something next this year. And that has helped us to see the results, even while we put effort into it. And from the so many support we get from our leaders, our tech mentors, our friends, our supporters, companies that support us, patrons out there, Microsoft team, the way they supported us, it just kept us going. And then we knew that we are doing something great. So today, I believe that we're all surrounded by the evidence that this vision is alive and is thriving. And I would say if you want to be part of it, you're welcome to it. So I just want to quickly take us through what the journey was like in the last 5 years. And for year one, we call it the spark. It was a 2020. Textile started in May 30th, 2020. So our anniversary really was May 30th. But one of the things we've said is that we always want to celebrate our anniversary together with our tech deep dive cohort so that it gives it a lot of vibes and all of that. So we launched for the first cohort with just 30 participants. You can imagine that was where we have the foundational curriculum, we have all of the fundamentals and all of that. We built foundational curriculum and values. But before I want to go into that, I just want to touch on what is really this tech deep dive. What is it really about? Before now, what we do is that we do what is called an inspirational section, and then we talked about it. Inspirational session is bringing like women to say in the industry that have made it to come give us their own perspective about what technology, how they run the technology, just like what Madam Lady came to do today, and then to just encourage us. We felt that if we have some form of role model that we can look up to, that can encourage women also to say, oh, I have someone that has gone before me, so I think I also can do it. But beyond that, we felt, oh, that will not be it alone. How about we incorporating some form of technical skills and training, real training into all of these things for them? And that is how Tech Deep Dive came up. And then the Tech Deep Dive, like I said, emerged from the strong conviction that we feel that when we equipped women with the appropriate tools, with robust support system, and also a transformative mindset, that they will have the potential to spearhead not only innovation, but also to be able to navigate the complexity of digital transformation, and also in a way break every barrier that they can find in the technology sector, which I believe a lot of you are doing today. So we started up year one with that cohort with just 30 participants. And then in year 2, we built on the momentum, and then we expanded to 2 cohorts. And I need to also mention here that it was in this second year that we saw the need for us to expand our tentacles to the northern state of Nigeria, where we felt that we have people that are quite very less privileged, women that are less privileged in terms of technology exposure, and then being able to be um, brought into the technology space. So we expanded our outreach there. And then thankfully to people like Aminat, to Tabitha, that helped us started out outreach. And then to today, we still have the textilers notes. And then so we expanded to 2 cohorts. So we have a cohort of 100 participants that two cohorts in that year. We did one very early in the year and then one close to the end of the year. But then we started building on those momentum, and then year 3 we scale it up. Now we partner with professionals, project-based learning. We decided to bring in people that we felt that are not only going to bring life scenario that is going to impact our learners, but are also going to teach them things that are going to be relevant for them to be able to look for work. To look for work and to be career ready, to be honest, to be job ready. That's the word I'm looking for. So we had about 3+ active members then. Then year 4 came in, we deepened the impact, we specialized on track, 5 virtual conferences. We had like we were able to form strong alumni networks. We were able to get people to support us. We had the likes of Microsoft still supporting us and all of that. And then we were able to see companies also supporting us like Hashem all throughout the way. So we're really grateful. Year 5 was the first time we introduced our project-based approach. Yes, we've been having projects even from year 3, year 4, we've been having projects, but in year 5, we did something very significant. We brought people from different tracks, and then we brought them together because we want to mimic what it was like working in a real environment. So we brought in people together, whatever you've been taught in UI, UX, come and implement it in the project that has been given to, how will I put it, to Power Platform. And then security, come in and then see how you can secure the environment that a Power Platform team has built and all of that. So that was the legacy we put into motion, and then we saw a tremendous result from it, and that is what also informed what we're doing this year. So the journey has been quite very great. It has been quite very rewarding. Believe me, cohort 6, your achievement this year actually stands as a testament to the belief that we had in the beginning, that this dream of nurturing women, and then not only nurture women, because even when we got our feedback from our male counterpart telling us, oh, are you just concerned about women? We want to join you. That's how we came up with, oh, we're a virtual skate, join us. And then, like I used to say, joining us has made Textile a very inclusive community, because we have both women and men, and then you guys are making very great giant strides. So like I said, Cohort C stands as a testament to the belief that we have that we can impact people's life, we can change the orientation from the I can't to I can today. And that is what we've started saying. So, and then showcasing the incredible capability and resilience of not only women, but even IT professionals, men that think, oh, maybe this thing tech is not for me. But we've seen that narrative has changed, that you guys are building confidence. And as you're building confidence, you're making moves even to go out there and implement. You are becoming more confident to say, oh, if I can do this in textile, I think I can apply for this job. And so this is what gives us the happiness that we are here. So you are not just all participants, but you are our pioneers, and then you're shaping the future of technology and also inspiring others that they may be able to follow in your footsteps. So to round up, in just 5 years, we feel that we have transformed a bold idea into a thriving movement, a movement that is empowering not only women, but also our male counterparts. And we're building careers, we're igniting innovation and creating a community really where everyone belongs. And we have seen beginners become builders. Yes, we've seen, I mean, we know some of us that started up in textiles, and today we're teaching. We have seen learners become leaders. Yes, that's a very good testimony. I mean, Miriam was once a learner, now she's part of our leadership team. And then we've also seen people that have turned challenges into opportunities. From all of you, I mean, like I said, putting aside those that came as top 3 winners, but the concepts that you guys brought into your projects, that you were able to display, that you were able to show us, I mean, it shows us that you guys are turning challenges into opportunity. Through every cohort, every session, and every breakthrough, we have proven that we are not only equipped, but we are supported, and there is no limit to what we can achieve. That's the truth. There's no limit to what we can achieve together, and there is no limit to where we can go. There is more that what we have started here is more than a milestone. It's a celebration of purpose, it's a celebration of passion, it's a celebration of persistence, and also is a celebration of making giant stride of success. And I just want to wrap it up by saying, look at the key numbers of what we had this year. We have 21% increase in membership over the years. And then we have also new mentors. We're so always happy to see our male counterparts say, oh, we want to support you. And that is what we've seen. We have new mentors in Joseph, in Olalikon, Solomon for the M365 track. And then we also have our male judges, just like Toyin said, always coming to support us. And then another mentor we have for Azure, we have Jennifer, we have Oli for Power BI track. So you guys have been very, very amazing. It's been 5 good years of tremendous success, and we are overexcited. I am always excited. I'm always grateful to God that I am part of this, and I'm privileged to be part of impacting lives. And I thank every of our mentors, of our leaders, and even you, the participants, that is helping us to shine, because it is you guys, when we're able to deliver and change your life, that you are our own testimonials. Thank you all. And so I will be handing over right now to Joy, who is also going to introduce our team, and our team that are going to be showing us what they've done in the Microsoft security track and its security track. So I'll be handing over to Joy right now. So Joy, are you there?
Thank you, Madam Jumoke. Thank you, MJ. Thank you so much. Looking at and listening to you take us through our journey in the last 5 years. When you don't document things, you tend to not understand how much you have put into what you do. Recently, I had to apply for a client project, and I had to tweak my profile or resume or CV. These days, I don't know what the difference is, to suit what that role is. And I had to start thinking about everything that I have done. And I was like, okay, wow, I've done so much. So looking at you talk, I'm like, Textiles, we have indeed done so much. So well done to everybody who has contributed to making this story what is, and welcome to all of you who have joined us, because we look forward to having you. I remember putting in the chat that what do I look forward to? I look forward to when, I will step back as a security mentor and have people who we have mentored begin to teach and facilitate the security work stream, and see them also empower other people. I look forward to when we begin to have textiles people sit in boardrooms and sit as leadership positions, and they'll boldly mention the name textilers in those rooms. So once again, thank you very much to our founders for betting this idea and extending the opportunity to all of us to support you. What better team to end today's presentation and showcase, if not security, right? The bedrock of anything that you are building, developing, or optimizing. Without security, there will be a compromise of clients' data, clients' information, and so we see this as a very worthy, slot to be the last showcase for today on the presentation of projects. This I remember when I spoke to, now I can't remember, was it Funyi or MJ I spoke to first around how security should join, Textiler's learning pathway. The whole idea was saying that, you can't do anything without security, without even knowing that as we drive into the future, the demand for security professionals is beginning to increase, and so we have seen over the years how there's been a high increase for security roles, and so Textiles is happy to begin to empower people who are taking up these roles. We've started getting positive feedbacks on job placements, on career growth, progressions, and this wonderful team is a combination of actually two teams who came together, and when it was tough getting people to do stuff, and these two teams did so tremendously well, and they became the team Agos Cube, right? And so they'll be presenting to you here one concept that is very bold on the minds of organizations today. I don't know how many of you, if I ask you to do a rough sketch, how many passwords you have today, I bet you nobody will have less than 5 passwords on the call today, right? In fact, statistics says that, the people have up to 100 and something plus passwords. I recently checked and I have over 100 and something passwords across everything that I use. So if we follow the concept of passwords, which is it has to be unique, it shouldn't be the same, you will find out that you are hitting hundreds, right? And that's why I say that I don't think there's anybody that has 5 passwords today. You would definitely have more than 5. Now imagine in an organization where you had to manage different applications and you had to remember your passwords without having to write them on a notepad, how complex and stressful that would be. And so that's why there's a huge demand on providing a more seamless way and secure way to manage passwords. And that's what the team will be showcasing here today to us. I don't know if Nabila is on the call or Ayo Deji. The two of them will be taking us through this journey. Nabila, if you're on the call, can you take over the screen while I wait for you? Confirm once I see your screen and I know you're ready to start presenting. So the team will be taking us through this journey. I don't want to take away their spotlight. They would introduce what this project is about. They would tell you what they try to achieve. They would do. Trust me, this is going to be one of the fastest masters class you would do in your entire life, right? So while it is a showcase, trust me, it is also like a master class. In the next 5 minutes, you understand from end to end what single sign-on in identity and access management means for Entra and AWS. Over to you, Nabila. So if you know you're in the security work stream and you are on the call, please, show yourself, support your colleagues by, reacting in the chat box, say something exciting, let us know, let's rub it in that security we're on the call, do some showcase, show some love. Thank you guys. All right, over to you, Nabila. We can see your screen.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Please let me know if I'm audible, please. Okay,
Yes,
great.
you are.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. We are Team Aegis, a blend of 3 solid teams working as one. Today, we're walking you through how we helped Oringo Limited secure AWS access using Microsoft Entra ID with zero trust as our guiding principle. So Oringo came to us with a classic cloud headache. They needed a secure, scalable way to manage AWS access. No manual onboarding, no scattered accounts. The goal is centralized, policy-based access and full compliance with DORA, ISO 27001, and NIST, our approach. We integrated Entra ID with AWS, SCIM, and SAML. Access was tied to Entra groups, not individuals. We enforced MFA and applied conditional access and followed zero trust all the way, because in security, trust is earned, not given. Our technical alignment. What was our need? Our need was secure and centralized access to AWS, integration with the joiner mover lever process to improve user experience and productivity, compliance with DORA, ISO 27001, and NIST SP 853. The requirement: integrated Microsoft Entra ID with AWS, SAML-based SSO for identity federation, automated user provisioning from Entra ID to AWS based on groups. And here's our cloud environment. Oringo runs a hybrid model based in Nigeria with E5 license. So they had the tools, they just needed the right setup. Now let's look into how we implemented zero trust in practice through the core controls that shaped our architecture. Central role management, group-based role access, group role-based access, least privilege enforcement, federal identity, MFA, and conditional access. Our delivery followed a structured path: planning and discovery, design, implementation, and testing. For our compliance mapping, this table shows how our solution aligns with key IAM controls and maps directly to standards like NIST, ISO 27001, and DORA. It confirms that architecture is secure, standard-based, and fully aligned with zero trust principles. Here's our architecture diagram. This diagram illustrates how users will be authenticated via Microsoft Entra ID with enforced MFA and conditional access policies. Group membership determines the IAM role assigned in AWS through SAML token that includes the required claim and attributes, granting secure access to the AWS console based on assigned roles. For environment access requirements, required specific privilege roles for configuration. Access was governed by least privilege principles. Roles were activated via PIM with just-in-time access. All access was temporary, auditable, and secure. Our user access and role model. So here, each of the identified users requiring access was assigned to a Microsoft Entra group representing their department. This group naming strategy was defined using the require access permissions, and they are mapped to specific AWS IAM roles, granting access based on job roles. For instance, we had Ayodeji Halimat at bedtime ebooks.store, and the group, the Entra group was GRPA AWS admin access. A permission set was admin access, and access level was full AWS admin right. Our user group provisioning. Users and groups were created manually via Microsoft 365 Admin Center. SCIM provisioning was enabled to automatically sync users and groups from Microsoft Entra ID to AWS. Group claim was passed to enable users access their required role permissions, and permission sets were mapped in AWS to align with the created groups. A conditional access policy design. Here we have the user sign in, and we check the user location. If from Nigeria, we allow access, no MFA is required. If no access, if not from Nigeria, MFA is required to allow access. And here's our implementation plan. We created 3 user groups in Microsoft Entra ID using the approved naming convention, placed identified users into the different department role-based Entra groups, registered AWS as an app in Entra ID, configured SAML for SSO, and set the claims and attributes. Configured AWS IAM roles and trust relationships. Attempted logging, SAML token generated but access failed. Identify the need to configure the permission set before logging. Set up conditional access policies. And documented troubleshooting steps and lessons learned. Now I'm going to stop sharing and Ayodeji will take over for me to show you our technical walkthrough. Thank you.
Hello. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we
Hello?
can. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so following the implementation plan, we created 3 users. So we have users following the naming conventions and then we also create our groups in Azure, the Entra ID, following the permission naming conventions given to us. And then before we can be able to create any application or to register any application, you need to have some certain level of permission, which is which are the permissions we enable in our privilege identity management, which was done from here, and then we'll activate just-in-time access. And then we move on to the application itself. This is here we come to register our application that we the application itself, the enterprise application, which is the AWS application, and we create that from here, and this is the application after creating it from the Enterprise Application Center. And after creating that this is the name Amazon Workspace Pool US East. And then checking through, we need to do our single sign-on. We need to be able to integrate the application to be able to work with our AWS application itself. And before this can work, we are trying to implement single sign-on protocol, the single sign-on for the user to be able to sign on once and access multiple applications without needing to authenticate. So before this can be done, we need some protocols to be able to be put in place, which we're going to be using SAML protocol in this context. And SAML protocol is just like it's security assertion markup language 2.0. It's an open standard for single sign-on that allows secure exchange of authentication between two applications, authentication and authorization between two parties. And in this case, it's between identity provider and service provider. Our identity provider is this Entra ID, and the service provider is our AWS. So while we are able to do that, we're able to do that by downloading this federated the federated metadata from here, and then we also download from Azure AWS Identity Center. Identity Center is different from IAM Identity Center. Is different from the ordinary IAM. This is used when you are managing more than one account, and this is used when you are doing SSO, when you are using single sign-on authentication. So you download the metadata from here. This is the step. You download the metadata from here, and then you bring it down to this AWS. Then the one you download from AWS will be uploaded here, and then the one you download from Azure will be uploaded in AWS. So these sync together to be able to communicate. This is the protocol. The metadata is the protocol that we use. And then, one second, I want to move this down. And then we'll move on to, before I go, there's this thing called users and attributes. One second. Users and attributes. It's very important in this context because our users need this to be able to access these attributes and claims. We need to add these users and claim to our application so that, because in enterprise environment
users gain access in, well, we assign policies, we assign permission in groups, not individual. So we need to add this to our claims and attributes, because this allows user from example, like we have users from our finance team will be able to access payroll, admin team will be able to access admin settings. So this we need to add it from here. If this is not there, we will only be able to access users. Users will only be able to access the application, not individually, not in groups. And then we move on to provisioning. In provisioning, this is like our to keep our identity in sync. We use automatic provisioning between AWS and our Azure Entra ID, and then we choose the automatic provisioning, and we are able to we're able to enter this tenant URL and the secret token, which was generated from AWS. This is where we generated it from. We're able to insert it in our Entra ID, and then for this to be able to work, this insertion of this token is called SCIM, System for Cross-Domain Identity Management. This enables, it's also an open standard that automates the exchange of users' identity information between Entra and AWS. This is like typically responsible for provisioning and deprovisioning of user, especially in a scenario of seamless mover, joiner, and leaver process. And we were able to provision our users and groups that we have in Entra ID to our AWS, and see it here, we have our users. These are our users that we have provisioned in our Entra ID and groups. So after the automatic provisioning, we have it in our AWS automatically. And then we come to our identity management. We also have our groups provisioned to our AWS. And then before all these users and group can be able to access our application, we need some set of permission sets. So we created some permission sets in AWS, which is read-only, the billing, and then the administrator access. And then these access are being mapped to the users and to the groups. You can see that from here. And then while all of this is done, we notice we have some of our users notice that we need some certain level of permission for some users that are not in the country, because the task given to us by Oringo Limited is we need to step up our permission based on the country, based on location. So we have some users in Nigeria and some outside Nigeria. So we set up a conditional access policy for the application that we created. This is the application mapped to the conditional access policy. And then these are the users involved, users and group involved in the application. And then we set up our permission based on any user that is in Nigeria should be able to sign in freely, but any user outside Nigeria should request for multi-factor authentication, which we're able to enable it from here. And here is what we have here. And this is a short video of our users being able to access the application directly from Nigeria without requesting for authentication. And then we also have a screen record of users outside Nigeria based on the conditional access policy that request for multi-factor authentication. So just watch through. This is user in Nigeria trying to access the application.
I want drive out. I'm gonna carry na car they go. I want drive out. See what time that they fetch. Jump and die this old man. Carry him go where?
Sorry, Oluremi, I muted you because I thought the sound was coming from you. So if you are still speaking, please can you unmute? We can hear you. Thank you.
The noise is not from me, please.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry
It's not
about
from
that.
me. No problem.
Okay.
So this is the demo for a user outside Nigeria based on the conditional access policy. To anytime any user outside Nigeria access the application, it's going to request for MFA. So this is it. This is the application requesting for MFA, and then I will leave it to Nabina to do a wrap up. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ayodeji. Looking back, the project stretched us in the best way possible. Got our hands dirty with SAML configs, RBAC setups, and troubleshooting that made us question our life choices briefly. But so please permit me to share the full Aegis team with you. I'll just share my screen again briefly. Okay. Give me a second. Let me just go to slide that. All right. So here is our full team list. We have Titilayo, myself, Nabila, Halimat, Ayodeji, Fulusho, Adizi, Franca, Moses, Ademola, Angusha, sorry, God, Olalikon, Anne, and Tony. So thank you very much. Every name here played a part in making this project a huge success. Thank you for your time, and we're happy to take any questions or comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nabila. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to watch this showcase again. And like I said, one of the good things that we wanted to achieve was show you that even Microsoft solution is a multi-cloud solution. It can allow you manage your multi-cloud environment. Imagine that you are a heavy AWS user, right? You can see how you can leverage on your Microsoft Entra investment and centralize your identity management. That's what the team was able to showcase. Because remember, hackers don't hack, hackers just log in. And the only way you can ensure and prevent them from logging in is have centralized management so that you can enhance the security. So well done to the team. Thank you very much for listening to us. And I will be passing back to MJ.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joy, for that. And then once again, a big applause to the security team. I mean, you guys, I love every bit of your presentation. Thank you so much. I mean, I was just, just dancing around on my own chair, just feeling very proud, even though I wasn't your tech mentor, but I'm just feeling very proud that, oh, if our ladies can do this, I mean, this is great. This is really, really great.
MJ,
Well
let me
done to
tell
you
them why I
guys.
think you are proud. Madam J is a CIO. Do you know how many organizations she'll be giving invoice if they had to ask her team to implement what the Textilers team just did? So in her brain, she's like, did she just empower, wonderful engineers, something that organizations will pay heavily for? I can bet you that's part of why she was nodding her head.
Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then I can appreciate all of you tech mentors enough. Thank you, Joy, for all of that. I imagine juggling between Chioma, our textile baby, and then teaching the class also, and then also with work. We really appreciate all of you. Okay, so I think Jessry is where I'll be handing over to.
Yep. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us at Textilers, and I'm feeling so blessed to be one of the lead on such a great platform which is impacting and empowering others. Thanks to Foyne, MJ, Lara, Omolola, and everyone from Textilers. This is really fantastic platform. So as we all continue to grow and empower through this mentorship, learning, and community, we invite you to join our team as mentors or volunteers. The form is already shared with you on chat. These are also available on the slide deck. So please join us. This would be really helpful for learning and empowering others. So as Point mentioned, you will all receive training and project completion certificates very soon. And this will help you to build a strong portfolio and gain recognition for your hard work and commitment. So these certificates are proof of your resilience, growth, and your skills you have built. Whether you are stepping into your first tech role or advancing your career, these achievements will help you to mm, grow. And remember, this is just one milestone on such a bigger journey. Keep learning, keep building, and most importantly, keep showing up yourself and your future. So, congratulations again to everyone. We can't wait to see where you grow and go next. So, we have a few announcements, like we have August inspirational session, which is on 30th August. Please do join us on that session. Data phase registration is also ongoing. You would be able to see all these announcements on LinkedIn as well. There are some scholarships going on, Google certifications like cybersecurity and cloud computing. We keep on posting those on our social handles, and please do follow, like, and keep on checking our social handles. Now, I would request for video testimonials from our mentors and mentee. Um, so, Joan and Toby, I would hand over to you. First, Joan, if you can just provide your testimonial, that would be helpful. Joan, are you there? Toby?
Oh, Oluwatobiloba, yes, you're unmuted.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. First of all, I want to thank Textilers for the opportunity to share my testimonial. So actually, before joining this program, I had no idea about creating an AI agent. I'd never done it before. It's something I've been wanting to do, but I felt it was too technical, right? But after joining the program, that mentality changed. The Textiles program was actually beautifully structured. Um, we had a blend of live sessions, we had soft skills training, and we were also given um, real a real life project to work on. So for my team, we were asked to create a 24/7 support agent, which we did, which we were able to successfully execute, right? We had a couple of feedback sessions. I remember during one of the feedback sessions, Jeshri, who was part of the mentors, she actually made a comment, and she said what we had done was nice, but we needed to integrate it with an adaptive card would make it look better. And I was like, which one is adaptive card again? And I was really confused, but we went back to the drawing board, were able to work together. I was able to work with my team, and we integrated it into our solution. Um, I had many highlights, to be honest. So one other highlights that I remember is the demo session itself, where we presented our solution. So I went into that demo session with the mindset that, okay, how would I sell this solution to probably an investor, right? And I was happy with the delivery. There were a lot of positive comments. It was also very interesting collaborating with my team members. Olamide Fadare was in my team. Chiso Mobiru was also in my team, and we all worked together. We worked late into the night to make sure that we had something tangible to show. It was also nice seeing the demo sessions of the other participants. At a point, I started asking myself, please, are we getting paid for this? Because it was really competitive. So I'm just going to end by saying that if you see me working with my shoulders high, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just that I can now create an AI agent with Microsoft Copilot. Thank you so much to the organizers of Textilers. You all are very amazing. Thank you so much for the founders, MJ, as she's fondly called, and Madam Foyin. Thank you so much for this platform. You are raising the next generation of tech leaders. Thank you so much. And to everyone who is looking to start their career in tech or is already in tech and is trying to boost their skills, I totally recommend Textilers as a platform. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's really wonderful. I'm feeling so proud that next generation is upcoming now with great skills and great motive. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Toby. So now over to the next speaker. Is John with us now? If not, then can we continue? Shall we continue? Okay, Lara, if you can share next slide, please. Fantastic. So what are our future plans? So we are looking forward for expanding our team. So please fill out the forms and join us. As you have already heard that this is a really brilliant team. It would be great pleasure to have you onboarded, and you would be also looking forward, you would be also happy to see the impact overall. And the next one is inspirational session. We are having some inspirational sessions on every Saturday of every last Saturday of every month. So please stay tuned. And we have Textilers Evolve, which is in October 2025, which is our annual Textilers conference. So don't forget to join us. And same pattern or same type of cohort, which was this year as a cohort 6, we are looking forward for cohort 7 in 2026. So stay tuned and keep on growing, learning, and prospering. Thank you so much. Over to you, MJ. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jayshree. I'm really, really, really happy to be here once again. And so far, everything that has gone, all of the program has been quite very amazing. Thank you so much. And then it's to draw the curtain on today's event. I mean, it's been quite very, I would say it's been a very, very, very eventful or exciting one. And I just want to say that as we draw the curtain on this celebration, okay. Okay, I think we can have, thank you, Lara, for that. Okay, Joan, are you here to maybe to quickly give us your testimony once again? Let's give her the opportunity. Joan, are you there? Hello? Hello, John? Okay, all right. I'm not sure she's here. Lara, I think it's because I saw your message there. So I guess I just want to appreciate everyone because it's been over 2 hours, and the patience and also the fact that we're all still on the call, still committed to hearing and still committed to engaging. I'm quite very, very happy for this. But I just want to quickly say that as we draw the curtain for this incredible celebration, I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for being part of this unforgettable day, really. from the inspiring keynote messages that it was delivered by Madam Laide, and then to the brilliant demos that we've seen so far from our top winners, and the heartfelt reflection from the mentors, from the mentees, from the graduates. Today has really been a true testament to what we have built over the last 5 years. I cannot overemphasize it. I will keep saying it. It makes me so glad and happy that I'm part of this kind of movement, to be honest. A movement that is redefining dreams for people, a movement that is changing challenges or redefining challenges and making it opportunities for people. I'm really, really super glad that each and every one of us are part of this movement. And to our cohort 6 graduates, I'll say to you once again, you have not only completed a deep technical journey, but you have also stepped into another level of power. It is not those kind of power that you have with people that walk on sticks. So that's not it. I love the part that I hear Toby saying that I can walk with my shoulder now. If you see me walk with my shoulder very right, there's nothing wrong with me, but it's because I've been once again empowered. So I love that fact and I love what I'm hearing there. So what I just want to encourage you to carry everything you have learned here with pride. Yes, and I use the word with pride. It is not out of place to celebrate your little wins. Please celebrate it. When you form the habit of celebrating your little wins, trust me, bigger wings, it will attract bigger wings for you. And I've said that a lot of time. I tell people that even if it is making that little step to say, oh, you solve a problem, post it. You hold nobody apology to post it. And I want to encourage every one of you to do that even right now. That even as I want to see the whole LinkedIn, Twitter. I mean, I want to see all of the posts on LinkedIn about what this cohort has meant to you. So it's that social media, take to social media, talk about your progress, celebrate yourself, celebrate the score, celebrate what Textile is doing here. I mean, carry everything with pride, like I said, and continue to lead boldly wherever you go. To our mentors, once again, the partners and our supporters, yes, our associates, thank you for standing by us, guiding us with excellence and helping us with the light. And helping us to light the path for others. And then I cannot end this whole thing without celebrating once again all the women. I mean, we know that this community was focused on bringing more women into tech. That is not to say that we're looking down on our male counterparts, but this is a dream that we hold very dear to our heart, and we want to say to every vibrant woman in this community, let's keep building, let's keep showing up for one another, and let's keep changing the face of technology together. Yes to growth, yes to grit, and also to greatness, and then to many more milestones that we're all going to cover in the nearest future. In the next 5 years, we're going to be seeing a lot of us that are on this call, I believe, being leaders, not only leaders, but also helping to channel the path for others that are coming behind them. So thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you. Please, like I said, do not stop to celebrate your little wins. I have seen a situation where my little wins that I celebrated without apology attracts bigger one. So celebrate your wins. It's the social media. Talk about textiles. Talk about what you have gained. Celebrate, tell in details what you learn here. You never can tell whether the next job is on that post that you just brought out. So thank you once again to everyone. And then with that, Omolara, I'm going to hand over to you. We're going to take a picture. We can all take a picture, and then that will be for the day. Thank you all. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so very much, MJ. Thank you to our participants, mentees, keynote speaker, Madam Laide. Thank you, everyone. We are so very thankful and grateful. At this point, I would like us all to, we would like us all to please turn on our cameras, let's take a virtual photograph and save the memories for next time.